grip their entire attention throughout the whole video and pay off at the end. So typically, if you're doing a longer video, you should introduce like a side story.
Let's say theoretically, a brand pays me $2.5 million.
That was a real sound effect. He didn't make it either.
That is so heavy.
All right, well, let's try this again. If I can guess correctly.
In 2024, MrBeast's YouTube channel lost $80 million. Not a bad quarter, not an accounting adjustment, a deliberate, calculated $80 million operating loss on the media business that made him the most watched person on the internet. And he did it on purpose. While that was happening, his chocolate company made $250 million in revenue. His holding company raised $200 million at a $5 billion valuation. He acquired a fintech app used by millions of teenagers.
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't, just like anything, it doesn't just hit you one day. You just are, I've been doing it for 16 years now, so you just, slowly grow.
He announced a phone company, and his personal net worth crossed $2.6 billion. He is 26 years old. Here is what the YouTube coverage of MrBeast never explains, and what the business coverage has almost entirely missed. MrBeast is not a YouTuber who sells chocolate. He is a consumer goods company that uses YouTube as a loss-making customer acquisition engine. That is a completely different business. And understanding the difference is the reason the $5 billion valuation makes complete sense once you see it, and makes no sense at all if you don't.
Salvation Army.
All right.
And as you can see, this is a brand new Salvation Army store. They don't even have stuff on the shelves yet.
This is the MrBeast business model, and almost nobody is talking about what it actually is. Chapter 1. The YouTube Loss Leader. Let's start with a number that reframes everything else. In 2024, the MrBeast media operation, YouTube, production, Beast Games, generated approximately $250 million in revenue. Ad revenue, sponsorships, the Netflix and Amazon deals. $250 million coming in, and it still lost $80 million.
I mean, this is great, but yeah. There are plenty of ways to top this. Crazier than this. Oh, yeah.
The production budgets for MrBeast videos are not a secret. He has published them. A single video can cost between $3 and $5 million to produce. The infrastructure required to film, edit, and distribute content at his quality level across multiple channels, across multiple languages and regional versions is the most expensive content operation in the history of YouTube. Possibly in the history of short-form entertainment broadly. No traditional media executive would approve that cost structure against that revenue. The margin is negative. The unit economics, in isolation, are terrible. But here is what traditional media executives are trained to miss. The YouTube channel is not the business.
$10 million. Are you actually going to want to lock in number 6?
The YouTube channel is the customer acquisition department. When 400 million people subscribe to your channel, you have built the largest voluntary opt-in marketing distribution network in the history of consumer goods. Every video MrBeast publishes is not primarily a content piece. It is a product introduction, a brand reinforcement, and a purchase prompt delivered simultaneously to 400 million people who have already told the algorithm they want to hear from him. Feastables, the chocolate company, spends effectively $0 on traditional advertising. It does not need to buy shelf presence through trade marketing deals the way a conventional CPG brand would. It does not need to run Super Bowl commercials or pay for influencer campaigns. The YouTube channel is the commercial, the influencer campaign, and the distribution engine, and the media business absorbs the cost of running it.
Ryan, if you keep asking these questions, I'm going to have to end the interview.
It's a property.
I can't spoil the show.
Traditional companies call this a marketing department. They budget it as overhead. They try to minimize it. MrBeast runs it at $80 million in annual losses and treats it as the engine of a $5 billion holding company. That is not reckless. That is one of the most sophisticated capital allocation decisions in modern consumer business. And it gets more sophisticated the deeper you go into the structure. Chapter 2. Beast Industries, the org chart nobody has drawn. Most coverage of MrBeast talks about his net worth, his subscriber count, and his chocolate sales. What almost no coverage explains is the structural architecture sitting above all of it. Beast Industries is the holding company. It sits at the top of the entire operation and owns stakes in every business underneath it. The YouTube channels, Feastables, Beast Mobile, the the Step acquisition, the creator marketplace. It is the entity that raised $200 million in February 2025 at a $5 billion valuation. MrBeast, Jimmy Donaldson, owns just over 50% of Beast Industries. That detail is more important than any single revenue figure. In the creator economy, the standard path when a large platform or media company comes with a check is to take it and give up a significant equity position in exchange for the capital or the distribution. Most creators who have reached the scale of meaningful external investment have done so by selling down their ownership to below 50%.
And I think, to be successful, you kind of have to have a little bit of that ego where you're like, my content's great. You got to believe in it.
MrBeast did not do that. He raised $200 million and kept control of the company. That means the upside of every business unit Beast Industries builds or acquires flows primarily back to him. It means he cannot be outvoted on strategic decisions by his investor base. It means that when Beast Industries eventually reaches a liquidity event, a public offering, a strategic sale, a secondary transaction, the majority of the value captured goes to the person who built it. At $400 million in current annual revenue, heading toward projected $900 million, with a $200 million capital raise already deployed into new business units, Beast Industries is not a YouTube channel that got big. It is a diversified consumer and media conglomerate at early stage scale, structured for compounding growth with founder control intact. The $5 billion valuation is not a vanity number.
When I was a little kid, I made an Xbox Live account and the random name was just MrBeast 6000 that it just generated.
It is what institutional investors with access to the internal financials decided the company was worth after reviewing the unit economics, the revenue trajectory, and the competitive moat that 400 million subscribers represents. And the structure is still being built. Chapter 3: Feastables, the flywheel in motion. Feastables launched in January 2022. By 2024, it was generating $250 million in annual revenue, with $20 million in profit. Let's put those numbers in context. The average consumer packaged goods brand takes 7 to 10 years to reach $100 million in annual revenue. The marketing spend required to build brand recognition at that scale through traditional retail and advertising channels typically runs at 30 to 40% of revenue in the growth phase. Feastables reached $250 million in revenue in 2 years. Its primary marketing channel is free. The mechanism is the YouTube flywheel in its purest form. MrBeast publishes a video. 400 million people are served that video by the algorithm. Some percentage of those people see Feastables mentioned, featured, or integrated into the content. Some percentage of that group walks into a Walmart or a Target and picks up a Feastables bar because the name is already in their head.
Dollar bills I could stack on top and they would just go ... because it's too long and it can't finish it. And that's the worst thing.
That is how you build distribution in over 50,000 retail locations globally in under 3 years, without a traditional CPG marketing budget. The $80 million YouTube operating loss is, in this context, the most efficient marketing spend in the consumer goods industry. Not because it is cheap, it is obviously not cheap, but because the return it generates in Feastables' brand awareness and retail velocity is worth significantly more than $80 million if you were trying to replicate it through any conventional marketing channel. No CPG startup buying their way onto Walmart shelves through trade marketing could achieve comparable distribution penetration for $80 million. No traditional advertising campaign could deliver 400 million impressions of genuine audience engagement for that cost. The YouTube channel does both simultaneously every time a video publishes.
I'll wait. It really hits when you breathe, so I'm gonna breathe. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
The chocolate is not the product. The chocolate is the proof that the flywheel works. And then he built the next one. Chapter 4: Beast Mobile, the Mint Mobile Playbook. Beast Mobile is MrBeast's mobile virtual network operator. It is scheduled to launch in 2026, and it is targeting Gen Z, specifically the audience that already watches his content. An MVNO is a phone service provider that does not own its own network infrastructure. It leases capacity from an existing major carrier and resells it under its own brand. The operational overhead is manageable. The unit economics are subscription-based. The margins, at scale, are good. This model should sound familiar to anyone who followed Ryan Reynolds' trajectory. Mint Mobile was an MVNO. Reynolds acquired a stake, built the brand around his own persona, used his audience to drive subscriber acquisition, and sold to T-Mobile for $1.35 billion.
Family, and still get the $15 a month rate.
Why did you just air quote family?
The structural parallel to Beast Mobile is exact. MrBeast has a larger and younger audience than Reynolds had at the time of the Mint Mobile sale. He has a consumer goods company that already has a direct purchase relationship with millions of his subscribers. He has a holding company with $200 million in fresh capital to fund the launch. The addressable market calculation is straightforward. If Beast Mobile converts even 1% of MrBeast's 400 million subscribers as monthly paying customers at $25 per month, that is $1 billion in annual recurring revenue. 1% of an existing opted-in audience. For context, Mint Mobile was sold at a valuation of $1.35 billion. Beast Mobile's potential customer base is dramatically larger and already has a demonstrated willingness to spend money on MrBeast branded products.
Community fairs, blah, 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 like city fairs, state parks. There's all this stuff.
The Feastables data proves consumer conversion exists. Beast Mobile is an attempt to convert that same consumer relationship into a monthly subscription. If it works, and the Mint Mobile precedent suggests it can, this is the biggest single liquidity event in MrBeast's financial future. Not because of the subscription revenue itself, but because of what a successful MVNO with those subscriber numbers is worth to a strategic acquirer. T-Mobile bought Mint Mobile. Somebody will want Beast Mobile. The question is what the price looks like when the seller has 400 million subscribers and a proven consumer brand. Chapter 5. The Step Acquisition. MrBeast enters fintech. On February 9th, 2026, Beast Industries acquired Step. Step is a financial services app built for teenagers and Gen Z. It offers a Visa card, a bank account, a credit building product, and financial literacy tools, all designed for users under 25 who are at the beginning of their financial lives. The acquisition price has not been disclosed.
I was like on a trail in Brazil or something for some other video, and I got the news and I was just like, oh my God.
The strategic logic is one of the most sophisticated moves in Beast Industries' history and has received almost no analytical coverage. Here is what MrBeast just bought. He bought a banking relationship with his youngest audience members at the moment before they become financially independent adults. The average Step user is between 13 and 22. They're using the app to manage their first debit card, build their first credit history, and develop their first financial habits. When those users turn 18 and become full financial consumers, when they need a car loan, a credit card, a savings account, a mortgage, they will be dealing with a financial institution that is already associated with the most trusted name in their cultural universe. This is a land and expand strategy borrowed directly from Silicon Valley fintech playbooks. Get the customer when they are young, build the relationship when the stakes are low, and retain them through every subsequent life stage when the product becomes increasingly valuable. Amazon did something structurally similar with Prime. Build the habit with students at a discounted rate. Convert them to full-price subscribers when they graduate. The retention economics are dramatically better when the customer relationship begins early. He is not just selling them chocolate anymore.
Tasting chocolate in the world. And in this video, we're gonna pull back the curtain, hide no secrets, and show you exactly how we make this and why it's the best.
He wants to be their bank. And in 10 years, when the current generation of Step users has disposable income, employment, and financial complexity, Beast Industries will have a banking relationship with a significant portion of the largest consumer generation alive. That is not a YouTube play. That is a generational infrastructure play. Chapter 6. The Creator Marketplace. Owning the Stadium. In January 2025, Beast Industries' investor deck revealed a creator marketplace platform. Business Insider confirmed the details in December 2025. The platform connects brands with mid-tier content creators for sponsored content deals. It is, in structural terms, the infrastructure layer that sits between the brands that want creator distribution and the creators who want brand revenue. This is the moment Beast Industries moves from being a player in the creator economy, owning the system the creator economy runs on. The analogy is Amazon. Amazon started as a retailer selling books. Then it built the marketplace that let other retailers sell on its platform. Then it took a percentage of every transaction on the marketplace. The shift from participant to infrastructure provider is the structural move that turns a successful business into a dominant one. MrBeast has 400 million subscribers.
The big thing where most people get it wrong on YouTube is it's not like traditional Hollywood. You can't just, cast a person and jam it in and be like, all right.
And the most successful creator brand in the history of YouTube. He has demonstrated repeatedly that creator-driven commerce works. He has the relationships with the major brands that sponsor his content, and he is now building the platform that lets other creators access those brand relationships through his infrastructure. Every creator who uses the Beast Industries marketplace to get a brand deal is paying a fee to the platform. Every brand that uses the marketplace to reach mid-tier creators is paying a fee to the platform. The marketplace generates revenue from both sides of every transaction. And the platform is run by the person with the most credibility in the creator economy, the person every creator aspires to emulate, and every brand considers the gold standard for creator marketing. This is not a side project. This is the business model of the next decade. Chapter 7: Beast Games and the Streaming Layer. Beast Games is MrBeast's reality competition show.
On $5 million of real money, the largest grand prize in entertainment history.
It launched on Amazon Prime Video and held the record for the largest prize in television history, $5 million to a single winner. Let's be precise about what Beast Games actually is within the Beast Industries flywheel. Traditional YouTubers pursue streaming deals for the fee. The platform pays them a production budget and a talent fee. They deliver the show, and the financial relationship ends there. The streaming platform keeps the subscriber revenue. The creator keeps the check. That is not how MrBeast structured this. Beast Games was deployed as a new distribution channel, one that reaches demographics and geographies that his YouTube presence does not already saturate. Amazon Prime has a subscriber base that skews slightly older and includes significant international markets where MrBeast's YouTube penetration is still growing. The show introduced those demographics to the MrBeast brand. Brand awareness in a new demographic converts into Feastables trial in new markets.
So far the total's up to like 30 grand, but thank God they have a clearance rack. Hey, can we pay full price for this stuff? Shut up.
Feastables trial in new markets converts into retail distribution in those markets. Retail distribution creates a revenue stream that compounds over time. The streaming deal is not the revenue. The streaming deal is the expansion of the customer acquisition engine into a new channel. After Beast Games, Feastables saw demonstrable sales lifts in markets that corresponded with Amazon Prime's international viewership. The cross-platform flywheel produced measurable results. The streaming deal was not a one-time fee. It was a customer acquisition campaign with Amazon's distribution infrastructure behind it. That's the difference between thinking like a creator and thinking like a CEO. Chapter 8: The Mark Rober Comparison. MrBeast is not a one-off. Mark Rober is a former NASA engineer turned YouTube creator with nearly 60 million subscribers. His content focuses on elaborate engineering challenges and science demonstrations.
Usually the Crunch Labs build boxes, where we build a really fun toy together, where I teach you all the juicy physics of how they work, comes every month.
His channel generates significant ad revenue and sponsorship income. But the business he is actually building is Crunch Labs, a subscription science kit service for kids built on the same fundamental flywheel that powers Beast Industries. Rober uses his YouTube channel to generate audience trust and brand affinity among children and their parents. Crunch Labs converts that trust into monthly subscription revenue. The YouTube content is the marketing channel. The subscription box is the product. The flywheel compounds as the subscriber base grows and the churn rates stay low, because the product genuinely delivers on the promise the content creates. Crunch Labs is not Feastables. It is a smaller, more focused business targeting a specific demographic rather than a global mass market. But the underlying architecture is identical. Build an audience through content. Convert that audience into customers for a product that the content establishes credibility for. Retain those customers through consistent content delivery that reinforces the brand relationship. The flywheel is not a MrBeast invention. It is becoming the defining business model of the creator economy at scale. MrBeast is running the largest version of it. Mark Rober is running a precise, focused version of it.
Well, buddy, I gotta tell you, you know how I said that was the last surprise?
Yes.
We actually have one more surprise.
The template is replicable. What MrBeast has that Robert does not yet have is the holding company structure, the capital raise, the fintech acquisition, and the MVNO launch. He has not just built the flywheel, he has used the flywheel's cash flows to fund a diversified business empire. That is the next stage of the model, and it is what separates Beast Industries from every other creator-driven business operating today. Chapter 9. Bigger than Lionsgate. Here is a comparison that the entertainment industry has not fully processed. Beast Industries is currently valued at $5 billion. Lionsgate, the studio that produced the Hunger Games franchise, Now You See Me, and the John Wick series, has a market capitalization of approximately $2.5 billion. AMC Networks, the cable company behind Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, and Better Call Saul, is worth approximately $500 million. A&E Networks, which operates A&E, History Channel, and Lifetime, is estimated privately at around $2 billion. The 26-year-old from North Carolina, who started making YouTube videos in his dorm room, is worth more than the studio that made The Hunger Games. Let that land for a moment. This is not a YouTube story anymore. The valuation comparison to legacy media companies is not metaphorical. Beast Industries is structurally competing with, and in some cases exceeding, the market valuation of companies that have been building entertainment infrastructure for decades. The difference is the business model. Lionsgate makes films and sells them. AMC Networks programs cable channels and sells advertising. Their revenue is entirely dependent on whether their content performs and whether their distribution channels retain audience share. Beast Industries makes content as a loss leader to sell chocolate.
Imagine they don't like it and they just cancel the commercial.
We're already too deep in.
All right, cheers.
Phone service and financial products to 400 million people who already trust the brand. The legacy studios have no equivalent of Feastables. They have no equivalent of Beast Mobile. They have no equivalent of a fintech acquisition that builds a banking relationship with the next generation of consumers. They make content. Beast Industries uses content to sell everything else. In a world where content itself is increasingly commoditized, that distinction is worth exactly the difference between a $2.5 billion valuation and a $5 billion one. Final thoughts. Here is the business model nobody talks about. YouTube loses $80 million a year on purpose because 400 million subscribers are the most cost-efficient customer acquisition channel ever built for a consumer goods company. The media arm funds the attention. The product arm monetizes it. The holding company captures the compound value of both. Feastables proves the flywheel works. Beast Mobile is the next test. The step acquisition is the long play, a banking relationship with an entire generation before they have money, so that Beast Industries is already their financial institution when they do. The creator marketplace is the move nobody saw coming. The shift from building inside the creator economy to owning the infrastructure it runs on. And through all of it, Jimmy Donaldson owns just over 50%. He kept control of the company, raised institutional capital without surrendering the decision-making, and is building toward a liquidity event that could be the largest single creator wealth moment in history. This is not the story of a YouTuber who got lucky with chocolate. This is the story of a 26-year-old who looked at the entire consumer business model, marketing, distribution, customer acquisition, retention, financial services, and rebuilt it from scratch using the internet's attention as the raw material. Paris Hilton did something like this in 2003 with a television show and a fragrance counter. Ryan Reynolds did something like this in 2018 with a gin brand and a mobile network. Both of them built enormous value by treating their audience as a commercial asset rather than a vanity metric. MrBeast looked at those models, added a holding company structure, raised institutional capital, maintained founder control, and is running all of it simultaneously at a scale that neither of them approached. The $5 billion valuation is not the ceiling. It is where the company is valued before Beast Mobile has a single subscriber, before Step has converted a single MrBeast fan into a bank account holder, and before the creator marketplace has processed a single transaction. The model is still being built. The flywheel is still accelerating. And almost nobody is talking about what it actually is.